Boutique. I'm Natita, the owner of the Fabric Boutique, as well as the author of the book Wives Still Pray. I thank you all for joining us over here on the channel today. Welcome to those who are new, and welcome back to those who continue to tune in from week to week. So we are continuing on. As you know, we are preparing for the next market, which is a 2-day market, and I have not done a 2-day event in probably 4 years. It's been a while, and I'm very excited about this. This was in a whole new territory location from the last time I've done one in a totally different area. This particular event, it's hosted by Home for the Holidays, and it's the Katy Spring Market. And so for those who are in the area, April 12th and 13th, I will be there. I'll leave a link to the location and their page and everything down in the description box. So for those who are in the area, do pull up, come see everything in person. And yeah, I am quite excited about it. So today is going to be a bit of a haul between the last event, and if you missed that, the recap of that, I will leave that also and have that pop up in the iCards. I'll probably have it pop up at the end of this video as well. But now it's 3 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks between that event and the next event, which is April 12th and 13th. And so I had to go pick up some things. I had to order some things online, and so now it's time to unbox, and I do want to do a little bit of a haul. But I want to first start out by sharing with you just a little bit about the latest collection, which is the Fruit of the Spirit collection based on Galatians 5:22 through 23. So as I am unboxing and ripping open some packages, I thought I will go over that with you. And yeah, but if you have any questions, definitely leave them down in the description box. The collection is available. It will expand for those who are on the email list, and for those who follow on social media, you will know. But by the time you see this video, everything wouldn't have been up just yet. I will give it another maybe a few days, and then you'll see everything else populated. But a majority of the items are already on the website, so feel free to go shop those items if you are so interested. But let's go ahead and get into the Fruit of the Spirit collection and why it was created. Okay, like I said, I have some things to unbox, quite a bit, but I wanted to share with you the meaning and the reason behind the Fruit of the Spirit collection as I unpackage these items and share with you what I have. Okay, the Fruit of the Spirit collection is based off of Galatians 5:22 through 23. There are 9 different attributes of the Fruit of the Spirit, and I'll just read them to you. It is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And so one of the things that, for those who follow, you know that I believe that ministry starts in the home. And so while I am gifted and God has blessed me with a variety of different spiritual gifts and talents, besides just merely creating products for people to purchase, I do want and desire that God receives the glory in all of the creating and all of the products. And so for the Fruit of the Spirit collection, it's not just, yes, there are glass cans, there are tote bags, there is the workbook, there is a mini workbook, which I will say it's available. It is available. The physical is available for purchase. I did consider, I'll pause here and say I did consider a digital download of the workbook as well. If anybody would be interested or think that's a good idea, please let me know by leaving a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know, do you think that's a good idea? For those who might want the mini workbook just by itself, if they don't plan to purchase anything else off of the website, at least they can get that as a digital download. So again, let me know if you think that's a great idea. I can definitely make that happen. But as I was saying, and I'm opening up this box, the idea to only create products and sell products with nice scriptures on them and all of that good stuff, while that is all fine and good, there, for me, has to be a purpose behind it, and it is to give God glory. Just much like the Wives Still Pray book that was published last year, that was a process for me as well, to make sure that the message and the words that are in that book, it's not just for wives that are going through, and you have to be going through spiritual warfare, or you have to be going through challenges and hard times. No, that book is not just for that. That's the premise behind it, but there are prayers in there to uplift and encourage other wives to continue in their prayer life, in their walk, and to keep God first in their marriage, right? And so with these products, again, it's not just, oh, I want to sell it and make a profit and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, of course, this is a business. And yes, the desire and the hope is that these items are received well in the marketplace, and yes, to make a profit. We're not pretending that that's not what was going on. But for me, the other big thing is, the main thing is to give God glory. And so even with the workbook, you have, the workbook has pages in there. They're blank. Hopefully you can see, this is just a sample, but there's pages in there for each attribute for you to study on your own. In the beginning of the workbook, I do have some questions to kind of get you started in the front and in the back of the workbook. But again, it's to encourage you to spend time with God. You will notice that my prayer journals are blank on the inside. They may have a watermark, or they may have like there's an attribute or something written, but my desire, my hope is based on my own personal journey, is that you begin to study God's word for yourself. Dig in, dive in. Yeah, sometimes we all need a jumping off point, right? Something to get us started. And so that's what the mini workbook is. That's how my prayer journals are set up as well. And so again, just a jumping off point, and with the desire and the hope that you continue on, and as the Holy Spirit leads you into other scripture and other areas, the Holy Spirit may even have you sit down in a whole book in the Bible, or sit down for a few scriptures, a chapter in a particular book. So we don't want to put God in a box. And so that's my hope and my desire. So yeah, if you have any questions on anything, definitely leave them down in the comment section. So let's go ahead and get through this haul. This should not take long. Like I said, I am in the midst of transitioning to now prepping for the 2-day market, and quite honestly, I don't know that I'm going to have enough products for 2 days. Prayerfully, I can sell out of everything and then have to take some time to kind of restock and replenish a lot of things. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So as you all know, I have ordered from Ninja Transfers in the past, and all this is our new UV DTF transfers that I purchased. Oh, they sent some new they sent some other stickers, some perma stickers. So okay, that's good. I can see how those work out. But what I ordered was more for the glass cans. You all saw the glass cans. I'll pop up a picture. But what I also did was, remember, if you all saw the video where I talked about the original transfers, the orientation of one should have been the other way and smaller. And so that's what I did. I made sure when I reordered these that the new orientation of those worked out. So these are all for the glass cans, and yeah, these are all for the glass cans, and then these are for the bookmarks. Those should, the acrylic bookmarks, that size. It's still looking a little big. So let me grab a acrylic bookmark real quick and see how this is looking. I may just be looking at this wrong, but let's see, because I did resize it. Let's check. Okay, I just grabbed the bookmarks and the acrylic bookmarks to put them underneath. Yay! They fit perfect. Oh, that was perfect. That resizing was perfect. So I'll show you all that. But anyway, just wanted to check that real quick. But yeah, I have now all of the rest of the UVDT transfers to go on the bookmarks, the acrylic bookmarks, as well as the glass cans. So I will be sitting doing that. You all know my first time doing glass cans in the video I did a couple weeks ago. So now I feel like I got a little bit of a hand on it. So that will be definitely my to-do coming up, to go ahead and take care of those. So let me put this up and get to the next item. Okay, so you all know I have the car coasters. I will have the other colors I talked about in the previous video, but I adhered these to my backing cards with double-sided tape, but for a couple of them they were slipping. They slipped around, so I went ahead and ordered this removable, the glue dot double-sided adhesive off of Amazon. So I went ahead and ordered that. I can make sure I link this down. Of course it'll be an affiliate link, but I'll link that down because I think that'll work much better for holding that in place on there. Then I also ordered, and we are keeping this paper. I have been keeping that. Okay, I'll talk about this in just a moment. But, oh, I ordered, look, I almost forgot. I ordered some holographic sticker sheets because the Fruit of the Spirit, there's going to be some different stickers, but I know the Fruit of the Spirit, those designs I wanted on stickers. And so yeah, I think 3-inch stickers is what I was thinking. And so people can, and then I want to do some freebie stickers. And so I did get this. I already have the, I think it's by J&J Packaging, their sticker sheets as well. So I went ahead and got this. I can also link this down in the description box. So happy that that is here. And I'll share with you all this goes together. So I also purchased, and again, this is from Amazon. I went ahead and purchased because I need more displays. And so I purchased off of Amazon this metal pegboard display, which looks to be very easy to put together. It has the feet and everything. But with that, I also ordered, they had the pegboard hooks as well. And like I said, I can link to all of this down in the description box, but let me just open this so you can see how these hooks. Okay, so I just opened the box, and so this is how they come. It's, I want to say, oh, it's 50. So obviously I don't need 50, at least not right now. If I get another pegboard, at least I have enough of these. And so what this is for my acrylic bookmarks, as well as these. I think I'd rather have these hang on the pegboard, those items, so people can see them easier, and they're kind of up so people can see them. But I also ordered these hang tags. So if you can, let me take this out. It's a pack of 500. Oh, this is how they look. And so basically for the packaging for this, in order to hang it up, I need something to hang it from. So one of these tags, and I'm just gonna, so it'll go like this, and it'll be able to hang right on the hook. So I went ahead and got a package of those. Again, it's 500, so whew, that's a lot. This should last for a little while. And so I will leave these again linked down in the description box, all again from Amazon. And then what else did I get? I think, oh, in this box, there was a separate box over here. So another thing that I talked about, if you are on the email list, that I will be having paper clips, some acrylic paper clips. And so I finally received that order. It took longer than it should to arrive. There was some shipping error or something with the post office, and I never received my order, so the company kindly resent out, and I still haven't received the original order. But this is how the bookmarks, I'm sorry, the paper clips look, the acrylic paper clips. So let's see, I don't know if you can see them. Okay, here you go. So one is glitter, one is plain. And so what is going to go on here is one is broken too. Okay, that's gonna have to be a oopsie. I didn't even pay attention when I was just undoing it if it came like that. Okay, that's fine. She resent them, and so I guess I won't fuss too much about that, but I'll have this in my oopsie. I actually have not only this will be in the oopsie, but remember those tote bags that didn't quite turn out? I will have a table, an area in my booth at this market for all manufacturing oopsies. I don't know what I'll call it. I'll create a sign, something, and everything will be marked down. But these will have the fruit of the spirit on them. And so I wanted to try to see what the glitter looked like and then what the plain looked like. So very excited about that. I will be playing with that sizing on my sublimation, make sure I get that right. So yeah, I have that. The other item that will be launching that I am quite excited about are the books. So you know how you have blind date with the book, and it's usually a nonfiction, it's some genre, right? But obviously this is a Christian based business, and so it will be Christian related. That is the genre. However, it will be focused around the different attributes from the Fruit of the Spirit collection, which I am quite excited about. So this weekend I should be able to take you with me, because it's not coming up until this weekend. There is a bookstore here in the Houston area called Oh Goody Books. I believe that's the title. Well, once a month. They're not open, it appears, throughout the week, but they're a huge book warehouse that they order all these books, and what they have going is called Fill a Bag. And you can fill your bag full of books for $30. They provide you the bag. They show pictures and everything. If you're in the Houston area, I'll link to it down in the description box. But their Instagram, as well as I'll link to their Instagram. That way you can see everything. But apparently, once a month, the first Saturday and Sunday of the month, looks like the only time they do this, is that they have you can come to the warehouse and put as many books in the bag, and the bags are pretty large, from what I've seen online. You can put as many books in the bag, and it's $30 cash. You have to pay cash. So when I came across this, thank God I don't know how I came across this this Instagram post, but thank God for it, because I knew I wanted to do this blind date with a book, but I wanted to be Christian focused, and so it will be a date with Jesus. And so I am so excited about that, because I have been picking up little things here and there to create the whole date with Jesus, and I am going to that book that sale, and so I should be able to take you along with me, because I'm doing this video well enough in advance where I will have time to get some clips from that place and throw that in after this haul. But because I've been seeing how people have been wrapping their blind dates with a book, and I like the double crease, double fold look, and then you obviously can put whatever you want in there. But one of the papers, and I'll also, all this will be linked in this also is from Amazon, but because it's spring and summer, I thought this was absolutely beautiful paper. This is the wrapping paper I will be using. It is a nice roll. It is, oh, it doesn't say, it's called Amy U Ivory Floral with Shower. But I'll link to it. It has a long title, but I absolutely love this paper. And so I ordered this paper. I'm going to practice first with some random paper before I don't want to waste this. But I definitely want to do that. And what I'm going to have inside, I know I ordered quite a few of the the annotation tabs that come in different colors. So this had a bunch of different colors in it. And this pack had, what is it, 12? Was it 12? Okay, so yes, it is 10 in a pack. As you can tell, the colors are all so different and everything. So what I am going to do, my plan is I'm going to grab as many books that I can put in that bag and that correlate with one of the attributes. So one of the mystery is, the blind date is, of course, I'll have a little brief description on the front. I haven't finalized how the packaging will look. Maybe you'll see that in the next video. But the books will be based on one of the fruit of the spirit. So it's going to be either love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Something in that category. Definitely focus, Christian-based focus. So I am very excited about that. And then let's move on to the final bit of my haul, which is from Joann Fabrics. Okay, so I picked up quite a few things from Joann Fabrics. Again, I was looking for items, display items, and then different items I wanted to maybe have out on the table or help with decoration. So I found a few things. Now this was pretty good because, as we all know, the liquidators now own Joann Fabrics, and so things were marked down where their home decor was marked down 40% or 50% off. I can't remember. No, it was 40%. So this basket, this is called a wall planter, but it's originally $49.99. I know I paid maybe $25, $27, $28, somewhere like that, but it's 3-tier. And I thought this would be good if I can create a sign to stick here. This is the basket that I will have the Date with Jesus books propped up in. And so yeah, I absolutely love that as a display. I also grabbed just a few other decorations, and all of this was 50 to 60% off. So I grabbed this. You all know brand colors is purple. This is from their spring and summer excuse me, bushes. It was just this piece. It was like $4 to $5, something like that. So I like this as a table decoration. I went ahead and picked that up. I also saw this. Now this was in the kids section. I just started walking up and down the aisles on the decor side just to see what I can find for decoration, but this is actually for kids. This little stand, but see how it has these little slots in here? This was something I also thought maybe for bookmarks. Some of those bookmarks I can have in here. You can paint this. At the moment I am not planning to paint this, but I thought this was good that I can use for decoration. And I also picked up, they call these their dried naturals, and these were all, I think these were like $7.99. They're normally, what was this, $16.99. I believe these were each $7.99, or yeah, $7.99 I believe each. So let me see, have the camera focused. Yes, see, I have these and also these. And so when I put my blind date with the book together, I'm gonna put a stem, just a skinny stem, in those folds as part of the decoration. So yeah, that is my haul. That is my haul. Oh, I forgot one last thing. Oh, this was huge, you guys. They had their sublimation mugs. This is a 6-pack. It was 60% off, and as you can tell, these mugs are, what is this size? 14 ounces. 14 ounces, $22.99. and I saw the individual boxes, which were 60% off, and they were $3.59 marked down. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll grab a few of these, you know, just to do some testing of some other products for the future. I thought it would be good to have. But then I was looking, and it was one of those boxes left. This multi-pack box, the same size that I saw the individual box was $3.59. And so this box per mug was $2.99 because the box was 60% off. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is way better. Same size mug, why not get a multi-pack? So I got the 6-pack, and then I started walking around some more in the decor. And then I ran into their other area that also had mugs. Now, those mugs I just showed you were 14 ounces. The next box I found was 15.8 ounces, and it was the same price, $22.99, 60% off. And I was like, yes, I'm getting them. So I have 2 boxes of mugs, a total of 12 mugs. So I thought that was phenomenal. Yes, they're white, but I am going to play around with not only sublimation, but some UV DTF, maybe do the Fruit of the Spirit collection wrap on those as well. We shall see. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But yeah, that is it for now. The next clip you are going to see is me at Old Goody Books, and prayerfully I have found quite a few books for my Date with Jesus collection that will be part of the Fruit of the Spirit collection. All right, let's get to the Goodies bookstore. Good morning. It is the next day. I am headed to the Old Goody Books sale, so I will try to record as much as I can when I get there. It's about an hour drive, just under an hour drive. And so yeah, once I get there, I have written down my list of authors I know I will be looking for. Anybody from Tony Evans, Priscilla Schreier, Beth Moore, John Maxwell, and then I wrote down a few more. I think I already said Beth Moore. And I actually found the Bible study when I was going through. I save a lot of the Bible study classes I've had across the years that I really enjoyed. Sometimes I think I donate the books or something like that, but ones I really enjoy I keep. And so I was looking at some of those authors: Howard Hendricks, William Hendricks, Ray Stedman. And so those are just a few. I know there's others, but there was a few that I just wanted to make sure that I had in memory and written down, that I'll be kind of keeping my eye out for it. And of course I can like Google some authors if I'm not familiar with them while I am there. But yeah, I found that Beth Moore book that, yes, that's going to be A Woman's Heart, God's Dwelling Place. I absolutely love that Bible study. So remember, I said I will be doing a Bible study. That video will go up on Sundays. So I only upload once a week currently, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesdays. And so the Bible study will be on a separate day, separate from the Wednesday videos. But anyway, stay tuned. Let's get over here to this bookstore and see what we find. Okay, I have made it. When I tell you, it is so many cars. I'm parked around the corner, and I saw where the building entrance is, and it is so crowded. People are trying to find spots. And yeah, so let's see how this goes. I am going to go in. I'm going to take you with me. All right, I have made it back in the car. Here's the goods. I will do a quick haul of sorts once I get back to the house, but I will say it was a really good, this was a good, I mean, $30 and you can just fill up this whole bag with as many books as you can fit in there. You might have seen people with carts rolling around. Some people had multiple bags, and so it's $30 per bag filled. So yeah, lots of good books, lots of Beth Moore. I got some Priscilla Schreier. I have the author last name is Jeremiah. I recognized his name, and when I was reading the inside, you know how they give those who give recommendations, reviews, I forget the technical term for that, but I saw Tony Evans was in there, so I was like, yeah, I know I recognize that author. Last name was Jeremiah. But anyway, I have a bag full of books, and I just put hand sanitizer on because, you know, it's books, it's kind of, and it's in a literally a warehouse, so there are no windows. It's the entrance where you walk in, which is the most of the airflow, and it's huge, you know, like tall ceilings and everything, and they have fans and whatnot going, and I think it might have been little windows off to the side. I can't really remember, but checkout went fast because they asked who's paying cash, because you can only pay cash, Venmo, Cash App, and I think that was it. I think those are the only payment options. So you can't pay with your card or debit card or none of that. It's only cash, Venmo, or Cash App. So yeah, I had cash, so I went right to the cash. They ask who has cash, you get out even faster as long as you have the cash instead of doing Venmo or Cash App. So yeah, I have a few more errands to run today. Once I get back home, it only took me an hour. I got here a little after 9, and it is, I got here about 9:10. It's 10:22, so I wasn't even in there an hour. But I will say, if you saw in the clip, the Christian section was small. It was small. It was just that one row I was in. There weren't multiple rows I needed to go in. And so when you saw, they had a couple vendors in there, and they do highlight on their page the vendors that's going to be there. But when I tell you guys, it was hot in there, and so you want to move relatively quickly. The next thing I will say, next time is I will bring hand wipes. Even though I have my hand sanitizer and everything like that, I think I'd rather have hand wipes. Once I come out, I can use that, and then some hand sanitizer, but that's just me. Anyway, off to a few more errands to run for the day, and then once I get home, I'll kind of show you the little spread. So here is, I know you can barely see me, but here's the bag. This is a lot of books for just, excuse me, $30. So what I did was, and you're not going to see my face here, but what I did was go grab some plastic gloves, because I noticed a lot of the books were dusty. I think I mentioned that they were dusty. And so what I am going to do is just use a Clorox wipe and just swipe some of that dust and off of there, any residue and whatnot. But yeah, I'm just gonna go like this, just a clean sweep, and then I'll show you the books that I picked up. Okay, so I have you a little bit of a weird angle, but I just wipe down all of these books. Let me give you a total. And when I tell you this, the Clorox wipes were pretty nasty, and it's from the dust. It's dust. That's what's on here, is dust, and I can tell it's dust. And so yeah, when I got out of there, I quickly used some hand sanitizer. But like I said, next time I might even wear gloves because it was dusty. And if you are a person that might have a sensitivity to dust, this type of place, you want to wear gloves for sure. You definitely want to wear gloves, and I will next time because I can tell a little bit for me the sensitivity with a lot of the dust and stuff from all of the books and everything. But as you can, I didn't walk around the store. I should say warehouse. It wasn't a store, but I didn't walk around. But for those who like, I know, you know, it's different genres, but it was a ton of like those romantic book, fiction, even in the Christian aisle. It was just that one aisle that I went in, but they had, you have to be careful. If you're looking for Christian, this is why you need to know your authors and know a little history about some of the authors that you do pick up, because they did have like the Christian area where you had your Beth Moores and different people like that. And then it switched into, what else was it? Was like the chakra, you know, that new age and all of that. We don't fool around with any of that over there. We just believe in God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. And so, yeah, so you do have to be careful when you're going through those books, because they did have some books that were more Christian nonfiction, kind of storytelling type books. I only picked up one of those because I thought it was really good. And so I, you know, kind of thumbed through it. But as you can tell, I wasn't there very long. But for $30, how many books did I get? How many books did I get? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 books. 19 books. I think that is really good for $30. And you just fill it up. You fill up as many books in the bag as you can. Of course, they have more bags if you want more books and whatnot. It's $30 per bag. And then they do this every, it looks to be every first Saturday and Sunday of the month. Now, they start on the Saturday at 7 a.m., which was super early. I got there at 9, so a couple hours later. I think I would try to get there by 8 if I can. I will push it. That's pushing it, because once the weekend come, I don't like to get up too early. But anyway, but once a month, this was worth it. Now, I'm not planning on doing a Date with Jesus book, all of these for the upcoming market. At least that's not the plan. We'll see how they go. If you know that after that first night, so make sure you are following so you can learn, and also follow over there on Instagram, but to see how they get picked up. And so my plan is only to have 6, because I just want to see how it goes. And they all sell out. I have enough to make more and take the next day, and I'll have enough supplies. I'll, you know, make sure I have enough supplies. So let me flip you over and just scan the table so you can see what I did get. And again, a lot of these authors I am familiar with. Max Lucado, Beth Moore. You'll see I have a lot of Beth Moore books. David Jeremiah, that's who I was trying to think of the last name. The one where Pastor Evans, Tony Evans, endorsed in the front of his book. We got Bruce Wilkerson, couple different Jeremiah by David Jeremiah books, a couple different Max Lucado books. So yeah, let me go ahead and pan you around, and then we'll close out this video. So these are the books that I picked up. Like I said, you'll see a lot of Beth Moore in here, and I know some of these books I picked up were really good. And so yeah, I will be, you know, writing down little hints and whatnot about each book, so that I do wrap. But I thought these were all really good really, really good books. Okay, so that is it. That is the trip. I'm gonna wrap up this video. Here is another long one, obviously a lot going on. The next video you'll see is me preparing the rest of everything. I quite honestly will not have time to sew anything. I may not have time to sew any of the new things I wanted to sew. I wanted to make a couple more prayer and devotional pillows. I wanted to do the new book sleeves and whatnot. I might do the book sleeves, but there were some other things I wanted to physically make. I just don't have time. I didn't leave myself enough time, and then there's other things that's happening in the background that yeah, I just don't have time for that this month, for this particular market. And it's a 2-day market, which I really wanted to make sure I was ready for that with prepping and planning and sewing a few items, but that did not work. So the best I think I can do for new sewing items will be the book sleeves that's made in my own fabric designs. That is the plan, to have those for the market. But outside of that is going to be, you know, everything else that I can do with the DTF, and then of course the date with Jesus. So yeah, that's it. Stay tuned for the video. So the next video you should see this following Wednesday is me finishing off preparations for the 2-day event, and then maybe the start of that market. But then the week after that, of course, you'll get the market and then the recap and all of that, and we'll continue on from there. So thank you everybody so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments section and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, it was a good week. It was a nice productive week. All right everybody, we'll see you next Wednesday, but follow along over on Instagram, because that's where I will be posting live updates and you can get a little ahead of what you might see in the videos. All right everybody, have a blessed one. Bye.